James and Kelly and Austin in the booth. Thanks, guys. Well done. Bobby, I love you. Happy Thanksgiving. That puts this hour of the Ramsey Show in the books. We'll be back with you before you know it. In the meantime, remember, there's ultimately only one way to financial peace, and that's to walk daily with the Prince of Peace, Christ Jesus.
Ramsey Show ending. What up, AJ?
Hey, it's Kelly, associate producer and phone screener for The Ramsey Show. If you would like to do your debt-free screen live on the show, make sure you visit theramseyshow.com and register. We would love for you to come to Nashville and tell Dave your story.
What up, Sid? Ramsey Show over. After show beginning. And as per usual, we'll wait a few minutes just to see if we can get more people in the chat. It's hard to find the way from one YouTube channel to the other sometimes. As a reminder, now that I have 100 subscribers, I have the URL youtube.com/Coach Steve Money. Or you can still find me the old way. Just when you do a YouTube search, just search Coach Steve Money and it will come up. Sydney making some pie. The jacket makes me look so professional. I'm just a little chilly and I'll just grab a jacket instead of turning the heat up. AJ, you know, gotta save the bags where you can. I'll probably turn it up after the show though. Let's see what. Email about anything, really anything. Coach Steve Money at gmail.com. Aubrey, did you watch my Curse of Oak Island recaps, Obs? I did the script earlier for the newest episode, the one that aired last night of the Curse of Oak Island, and I'll be recording that shortly after the after show ends. And so that will be up tonight at some point. What else? Donations. Whoops, that. S. Calling. And that is paypal.me/Coach Steve Money. Alrighty. So the schedule free consultation is right there, or you can use the handy link at the top of the chat. Also, there's your PayPal donation link and the Insta link, which is Coach Steve Money, no spaces. Same on the Twitter. It's the Twitter for us old people. If you put the in front of new technical things, that makes you sound 1,000 years old. All right, let's sing. Listen for the drum taps. Like all plans, it starts with step 1. $1,000 emergency fund. Step 2, you pay off all your debt. So mortgage, we don't do that yet. So pay off your consumer debt. Every one of the charges, from smallest to largest. Baby step 3 is next. Full emergency fund of expenses. Stay gazelle intensive. His name is Dave Ramsey and this is his plan. And I hope to meet him. I admire the man. I've messed up in my life, but these steps have made it right. That's why I coach and why I host this after show. If you don't like results you're getting now, you should do the baby steps. And if you want to have financial peace, then you should do Dave's baby steps. Step 4 is when you can take a breath. Go less gazelle and invest. Step 5 is to save for your kids. No student loans at all for college. 6 is to pay off your home. Step 7's build your wealth and don't keep it all yourself. And you've lived like nobody else. Now you get to live large, and now you get to give large. His name is Dave Ramsey, and this is his plan. And I hope to meet him. I admire the man. I've messed up in my life, but these steps have made it right. That's why I coach, that's why I coach, and why I host this YouTube show. If you don't like results you're getting now, you should do the baby steps. And if you want to have financial peace, you should do Dave's baby steps. Trumpet, take it up. Live from Columbus, OH. It's the Ramsey Show After Show brought to you by Tina Scher, the Queen of Sheba. Here we talk about the Ramsey Show YouTube chat, and the people in it, and all things financial, and whatever else I want to talk about. I'm your host, Coach Steve Money. I am a certified Ramsey Solutions financial coach, also Ramsey Preferred financial coach. You can schedule a free consultation assessment with me by going to ramseycoach.com/CoachSteveMoney. You can also get in touch by email, CoachSteveMoney@gmail.com. Gmail.com is how that works. CoachSteveMoney@gmail.com. And we can talk about the scheduling, or if you have any questions about financial coaching at all, we can talk about that. We can talk about anything that's on my YouTube channel, any of my interests, anything. I'm pretty up for talking about anything. You can also reach me on the Grump. That's Instagram and Twitter at Coach Steve Money, no spaces, and eventually I'll post on there again. If you'd like to donate to the channel so I can make it better, that's paypal.me/CoachSteveMoney. Link is right there. It's also clickable for you at the top of the chat. Alrighty, let's check the chat. No one typed anything. Sydney, too busy making that pie. What kind of pie are you making there, Sid? She didn't say what kind of pie. Alrighty, today's Ramsey Show hosts on the last new show of the week. Tomorrow will be replays. Tomorrow and Friday will be replays, but the after show will be new. D.H. Schumann, thank you. AJ says we can always talk about Loader being the greatest trilogy. Well, Skywalker Saga is a saga. It's 9 movies, babe, not just a trilogy. So, Obbs is working along. And she'll be making homemade pumpkin pie. Yummy. And on today's Ramsey Show, that was new. The hosts were Dave Ramsey, and he would be the host of The Ramsey Show, obviously. Also the author of The Total Money Makeover, which can change your life like it did mine. And that's $10, part of the $10 book sale. Going on probably through Christmas like it normally does. And his new book is Baby Steps Millionaires, and that is available for pre-order. And it is $20 and comes with some other things, including ticket to the live stream that for the event that will happen also in January to coincide with the book release. Pi is the greatest trilogy. 3, but it keeps going. I don't know what PI. What is that, D.H. Schumann? The newer books are $20. The Baby Steps Millionaire pre-order. And Christy writes, "Take back your time." Is $20, as well as where is Ken's book? Ken's book is not on this main page here. Or was it covered up by... Yeah, there it is. It was covered up by my chat thing. I see. Oh, that's not really a trilogy, though. I see, but it starts with 3. I got you. From Paycheck to Purpose by King Coleman. Also $20, but most of the books are $10. And as I said, that will normally continue through Christmas, unless they do something different this year. All right, so Dave's co-host today was George Camel, host of the Fine Print, Borrowed Feature, and Entree Leadership podcasts. And just for George, I figured I'd do a little bit of that chorus that I wrote for him. We'll see how this goes. And anybody feel free to finish writing the song, obviously. Opened up YouTube, saw the thumbnail was camel. It's always fun with George on the panel. Ayo wears ASOS and Deloney wears flannel. No one dresses better than our guy George Camel. That's all I got. That's all I got so far. Let's write the song of everything not to say on Ramsey. That would be interesting. An anti-Ramsey song. Dave, should I finance this car? No. Dave, should I do this other stupid thing? No. Yeah. That would be, you know what? You know who would love that? The kids on TikTok would love that, I bet. I still need to get my other songs on there. So many things to do, so little time. Market report. As you can see, mostly up today. Led by the NASDAQ, the tech stocks. The Dow Jones just barely down, just a little bit. $9.42 down out of 35,804. So very, very small percentage down for the Dow. Couldn't quite get even. And S&P up, NASDAQ up, and even the Russell Small Cap Index up today. Let's look at the, let's see, anybody fun on the earnings calendar? John Deere. That's about it. As you can see, the most followed stocks on the Google is Apple and Alphabet, which owns Google. Microsoft barely up, but you know, anything. Amazon 0.01%. Now that's barely up. Meta Platforms up over. That's the artist formerly known as Facebook, up over 1% today. And Tesla, in a rare thing, normally they're up multiple digits, not fractions of the percentages, but actual percentages. And this is the first time they've been below 1% on a move in a while, I think. AJ's got to run and cook. You do that, brother. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Drop by tomorrow if you can. 6 p.m. Eastern Time. I will be live on Thanksgiving, even though the Ramsey Show will be a replay. And let's check out the rest of the world. Europe is mostly down. Asia mixed. The currencies. The dollar's up on the euro. The dollar's up on the Japanese yen. The US dollar is up on the British pound, love. But the Canadian dollar is up on the US dollar, eh? And the US dollar is up on the Australian dollar, mate. Now you just go back away there. And our pals in crypto down today. All down. Alrighty, let's see. Federal Reserve likely to become a tougher talking central bank. Just looking to see if there's anything interesting that I don't have to talk about. The crypto trading hamster that outperformed the S&P 500 has died. That's sad. I guess they let the hamster, they put out like food or something like that, and whichever food he went to, that's what crypto they bought, I guess. Let's see. Let's look at AMD stock up 5.26%. Gap down, I think because it missed it did an earnings report, I believe, and it missed the expectations today. Alrighty, Maddie, you're right. Okay, people love the Oak Island. They love it. 127 subs, close to 1 million. Joy would say you are right. It's like I'm right there. She is the most optimistic person I know. Dave talked about this on the show. I had heard about it last Saturday, in the pregame show on the radio that I was in my car listening to. They had an interview with Ohio State President Johnson. And she was talking about this program, and I forgot all about it. But Dave Ramsey talked about it today. As you can see, the faculty and students there doing the O for O-H-I-O. They're doing the O there in the picture. And this by Sheridan Hendricks in the Columbus Dispatch, which is the biggest newspaper in the city here. Ohio State President Johnson lays out plan for debt-free bachelor's degree at investiture. And let's find out about this. When Ohio State welcomes a new president at the helm, that individual is typically welcomed and formally assumes the role at an investiture ceremony. Almost nothing in Christina M. Johnson's presidency at Ohio State has been typical, though, thus far. She was hired as president in June 2020. Pandy, anybody? Yep, there they go. Amid a global health crisis, nationwide racial reckoning, and questions about what an in-person school year would look like and whether the Buckeyes, go Bucks, would take to the field that fall. But Friday, more than a full year into her tenure because of the COVID-19 pandemic, Johnson took the oath of office and ceremoniously became Ohio State's 16th president. Her investiture took place at Mershon Auditorium before elected officials, university trustees, faculty and staff, students, community members, and college representatives from across the country. I would have skipped that paragraph if I knew it didn't have anything to do with it. Dressed in ceremonial garb, Johnson reflected on her first year as president and looked to the future as she laid out her strategic goals. Boom, 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 boom. Task Force on Community Safety and Well-Being. Boom, boom, boom. Prepare student preparation. She also outlined details of her plan to make Ohio State a debt-free institution, to double university research, hire more diverse tenure-track faculty members, and make OSU more sustainable in the next decade. Single best way. University education is still the single best way for young people from all backgrounds to engineer their own rise. One way that students, especially those who are low income, can afford college is by borrowing money. About half of Ohio State students graduate with debt, with the average owing $27,000. While loans can make college degrees a reality for many students who couldn't otherwise afford it, Johnson said that debt can force students to make life-narrowing choices. They may choose to pursue safer career paths instead of something they're passionate about, or they might not go to graduate school, buy a home, or start a family because of their loans. I want all of our graduates to be free to say yes to every great opportunity that comes their way, Johnson said. What is the scarlet and gray advantage? Scarlet and gray are the colors. Yeah, the Hobbs said that's why I should read ahead. You right, Hobbs. Let's see. But here's the meat. The program is designed so that participating students will be able to cover the cost of attendance through a combination of federal, state, and university aid, work opportunities, and family contribution. Johnson was clear that the Scarlet and Gray Advantage is not free college, reduced tuition, or debt forgiveness. One of the major sticking points for stakeholders, Johnson told the Dispatch, is that students would have some skin in the game, and that sounds very familiar. Dave Ramsey also often says they want you to have some skin in the game. Students must join Scarlet and Gray Advantage to take part in the program. Ohio State will provide scholarships and grants, coupled with paid work opportunities and internship. The university will also offer financial literacy courses and career counseling. All right. In turn, participating students will commit to graduating within 4 years, participate in the financial literacy programs, literally, take advantage of work opportunities, join a group of students also enrolled in the program, and fill out FAFSA, short for Free Application for Federal Student Aid, annually. How will it be funded? Here we go. 4 different sources. About half of the money will come from university donors, including alumni and corporate partners. The goal to raise $800 million over the next decade to fund scholarships is the goal. Ohio State also announced it will match up to $50 million in private donations that support endowments for scholarships. Funding will additionally come from cutting operational costs at the university. State and federal grants like the Ohio College Opportunity Grant and the Pell Grant. It's no secret that the job market is not equitable for everyone. Per capita income in Ohio's rural areas is lower than the state average. Black and Hispanic families have been economically disenfranchised for decades, and women still earn less than men in most occupations. She hopes the programs like Scarlet and Gray Advantage will help level the playing field. They begin a pilot program next fall with 125 low and middle income first-year students. Instead of being a distraction, Johnson said the COVID-19 pandy has been a motivator to see her goals accomplished. As a land-grant university, we have an obligation to address those obstacles and to open up new opportunities wherever we can. Alrighty. I was going to read the fine print. That's a fine idea, Obs. Oh, the fine print. Alrighty, this from CNBC. If you guys are thankful for anything, you could put that in the chat, and I'll think of something that I'm thankful for. This is from CNBC. Unusual holiday home buying surge pushes mortgage demand higher just when it was cooling off. Unusual surge in home buying just as the market enters the historically low holiday season is driving mortgage demand higher. Mortgage demand from home buyers rose for the third straight week. Mortgage applications to refinance a home loan were essentially flat, rising just 0.4% from the previous week. Oh man, that's probably all we need from that. Alrighty, this from NBC Select. What to do? Move that over there. What to do when your parents didn't save for retirement. Here's where you should have the retirement conversation now, plus some tips on what to say. As your parents get older, you might be holding off on having a tough conversation about how much they've saved for retirement or what they plan on doing once they begin collecting their Social Security benefits. It can be difficult to bring up the topic of retirement with your aging parents, but if they haven't stashed enough away in a 401k or an IRA, you or your siblings could end up being their retirement plan. My goodness. If you're waiting to have a conversation with your parents about what their retirement plan is, you shouldn't put it off any longer. Just call the professionals. Ghostbusters, we're ready to believe you. Ghostbusters Afterlife was an excellent movie. Excellent. Ton of heart in that movie. It was awesome. A recent report by the Federal Reserve found that more than 25% of non-retired adults had no retirement savings at all. According to a 2020 American Association of Retired Persons, AARP report, almost 1/3 of adults with at least one living parent are providing financial support to them, and more than 40% expect to provide support in the future. Whether your parents end up living in your home during retirement or you're just helping pay some of the bills, it's important that you understand how prepared they are for their non-working years and how they expect you to help. And you can encourage them to start saving now before it's too late. Select spoke to 2 personal finance experts to find out. First, you should ask them what they envision for retirement. Says Cindy Zuniga Sanchez, founder of Zero Based Budget. I wonder if she's as old as Dave is. I mean, I guess he didn't copyright it, so, and he probably didn't think of it either, doing the Zero Based Budget, but apparently that's her company. Oh, let's just see what it is. Yeah, she doesn't look quite as old as Dave. Get the blueprint to financial freedom. There we go. Coaching. Oh, she's a financial coach. Let's see if she's Ramsey coach. Maybe she could be a Ramsey. Zero Based Budget Coaching LLC. No. About. I mean, she could have figured it out herself, I guess. 100% debt-free, has the debt-free thing right there. Alright, so maybe she thought of it herself. It's possible. Obs can't think of one thing she's thankful for. God, family, little gray fuzzball. I was gonna say you could just knock that right off of your sweater there. Oh, it's a cat. And food or some of many. What was I got distracted? Okay. Her company is called Zero Based Budget. Anyway, do you want your parents to live in your? Do your parents want to live in your house and help take care of your children, or would they prefer to live alone? That's a good one to ask. It's important. It's important to have clear and honest communication with your parents or siblings, says she. That's what she said. Parents may be reluctant to talk about money due to pride. Children can come off as condescending when bringing up retirement with their parents because it's a role reversal of the traditional dynamic between parents and children. Absolutely. Start the conversation by depersonalizing. You might want to mention a news story you heard about a parent who forgot to create a will, or a statistic you read about how a significant number of people are undersaving for retirement before segueing into a conversation about your parents' personal finances. You also need to communicate with your siblings and other family members about how they're willing to help out. Okay. In order to understand how much you may need to help, you need to have an idea of how much they have in their savings. This means you'll need to know what types of retirement accounts they have, such as 401k, traditional IRA, or Roth IRA. Furthermore, you want to understand what other assets they have, such as investments in a brokerage account or home. If they haven't begun, never too late to start. You might encourage your parents to open a Roth IRA. We know the deal on that. Investment portfolio will likely be more conservative as well, unless you take David Ramsey advice. Higher allocation of bonds and fewer stocks. Fewer stocks, definitely. Zero is fewer, I guess. But zero is single stocks. It's called mutual funds. No bonds. No bonds, commodities, no nothing except mutual funds. If you want a more hands-off approach to investing for retirement, you should consider signing up for a robo-advisor. Dave does not recommend either. Same person recommends individuals get precise with numbers and run calculations about how much money they'll be able to help to save given their time horizon and how much they'll get from Social Security. Lastly, you need to understand if your parents have any debt they need to pay off, whether that be credit card or mortgage. Run a credit report with them. And then you decide how you help out. A separate family emergency fund. You and your siblings can do that together. High yield savings account for your emergency fund. It's easy to shy away from having conversations about your parents' retirement plan, but the sooner you have it, the better. I thought there was going to be another. I thought they talked to two people. Maybe I made that up, that they talked to two people. Alrighty. Oh, speaking of Ghostbusters, I already talked about that, but I had this up so I wouldn't forget it. It's your final trailer there. Next that. There we go. There's the kids. It's fun because it's kids in it. So it has kind of like a Goonies feel too. Or like somebody said on Facebook after like the first teaser came out, they said, oh, it's just a Stranger Things ripoff. And if it is like Stranger Things, which it is in some ways, that's only a good thing. Haven't watched the latest show yet, but I do want to. Now, when you say show, my dear, do you mean perhaps movie? Yeah, that's a movie, not a show. Now, they did have a cartoon that was a TV show, but this would be called a movie. if you have to go to a movie theater to see it, or if it lasts more than an hour and a half, it's a movie. Yeah, that's right, Oz. You got it. You got it. All right. Cool, cool, cool. But yes, it was very, very, very good. There was no scene in it where they were all like this. Just to let you know. I don't think. Yeah, I don't think so. All right, but yes, it's very good. I do highly recommend it. Yeah. As far as what I am grateful for, I'm grateful for the 127 subscribers, obviously. It cannot be considered a show if you watch it on TV. It's still a movie. A show either has to be 30 minutes or an hour. If it's over that, then I mean it could be a mini series like the It miniseries in the 80s or 90s, whenever that was done. I think 90s. Could be a mini series, but if it comes on, every week and it's only an hour, that's a show, TV show. Yeah, I got you. Nice try though. Yeah, it's still a movie. I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for the baby steps, obviously. Thankful for my childrens. I don't have any fuzzballs, so I guess they would be the closest thing. Yeah, so let's see. So commercials for me, I think it's in the about. I put it in the about. Here's the schedule. Father-daughter video gaming will preempt any scheduled stream except the after show and Oak Island recaps when Bella is available. Oak Island recaps not affected because that's not a live performance. That's not a live stream. And the after show is too early. Scam likely. The after show is too early. Look at that. 16,599 views. Awesome. Thank you, Oak Island. I'm thankful for Curse of Oak Island. All this, if Bella says, hey, I want to play tonight, that's happening instead of these other streams, except of course the after show because she's still working during that time, so that would never happen, and I wouldn't allow it to happen anyway. It's important that it comes on right after it. So father-daughter video gaming, none scheduled at the moment. But every day, Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, live. It's me doing the Ramsey Show After Show. Did I say every day? I mean every weekday. And that includes Thanksgiving Day and Black Friday. Eventually, I might take a holiday off, but not this week. I will be on. They may be short shows. They may be just 10-minute shows because there's not going to be, market's not going to be open tomorrow. It might not be much financial news, but there is going to be a replay, and I might not even watch all of that. I might watch some of it. A replay of the Ramsey Show. But other than that show, here's the schedule. Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, will be alternating tech support and Ramsey coach support. Wednesdays at no set time, whenever I get it done, the Curse of Oak Island recap, and I'm going to record that. I have the script done already and the pictures ready. I'm going to record that shortly after. I'm going to have dinner first, and then I'll record that as soon as I'm done here today. And Wednesday and Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, Old Man Video Gaming, where I play single-player games. With Bella, I play co-op games with her. And so that's Wednesday and Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. An exception to that might be in a week from Saturday. the Big Ten championship game. If the Ohio State Buckeyes are in that, I will do that earlier, like maybe 6 p.m. or so, 6 or 7 p.m. Eastern time on Saturday. But otherwise, Wednesdays and Saturdays is going to be that. Oh, but the Monday thing, I think I got distracted and didn't explain it. It's alternating tech support and Ramsey coach support. That means one Monday I'll do tech support, and then the next Monday I'll do Ramsey coach support, and so on. And that's me commenting, answering questions on those affiliated Reddit subreddits. Ellie is thankful for her husband, children, home to live in, food in her belly, good health, living with freedom, ancestors who endured so that their posterity could be free. Excellent. Excellent, Ellie. Thank you for joining. For business inquiries, let's see, make sure that it's right. Hey, what do you know? The email address is correct. Alrighty. There's the home there. That's the live show happening right now. And yeah. Once more, you can schedule a free consultation assessment with me. Financial coaching is what that's all about. And that first consultation is free. And that's free even if I never see you again. That one is free. So, you can do that at ramseycoach.com/CoachSteveMoney. There is a link to that at the top of the chat of this video. There's a PayPal link for donations for the channel if you like what you're seeing and you want to help out. That'd be great. And it is in the chat, but also down here in my webcam frame, paypal.me/CoachSteveMoney. Email CoachSteveMoney@gmail.com, as we just saw, and Instagram and the Twitter are Coach Steve Money, no spaces. Obs is out. Have a good turkey day. I certainly will. You too. You too, Obs. Ellie hit enter too early, looks like. Let's see. What else do I want? I think that's it. Just waiting to see what Ellie wants to say. I'll give her another minute. If you're on mobile, I know it's a bear. Unless you're a kid, it's a bear to do. She hopes I have a good Thanksgiving. You too, Ellie. You and yours, definitely. Have a wonderful one. And as far as the rest of you, you have a good Thanksgiving. Definitely remember what the day is about. And of course, even on Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is a day, right? It's called Thanksgiving Day. Make smart financial decisions every day, even Thanksgiving Day. Have a good night.